Tecno Camon 40 Pro has to be one of the phones that is buzzing up on the streets of the phone market, especially in Ghana and in Nigeria. I recently got my hands on one, and after using it for a bit, I got some thoughts. Right from the unboxing to the camera to the AI features, there are lots that comes with this phone. So in this video, we are going to talk about the Tecno Camon 40 Pro. There is a lot to talk about, so let's get into the video. Alright, so let's start off with the unboxing. Inside the box, you're going to get the Tecno Camon 40 Pro itself, a nicely built clear case that matches the design of the phone. I'll talk about this later in this video. Type-C charger and cable, 45-watt fast charger, SIM ejector, and of course, a manual guide, which most people don't use. So let's dive right into the design and the build. The design of the Tecno Camon 40 Pro is amazing. It's got a matte finish that resists fingerprints, curved AMOLED screen, which I'll talk about later in this video, and the camera bump with this halo ring type of design, which makes it look so nice and very beautiful. And it gives it this expensive vibe or type of a flagship phone, but at a lesser price. So for the screen, you're looking at a 6.78 AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. So you don't really need to think about scrolling through apps or switching from app to app. And of course, with this amount of screen, if you are a movie watcher or if you're a fan of watching movies on your phone, Netflix, YouTube, this phone has got you covered. On the sides, you have your volume up and down keys like the usual. And Tecno this time added this small button called the Flash Snap, which allows you to snap pictures as fast as possible. I'm going to talk about this when I get to the cameras. Now, one of the biggest flex, this phone has an IP68 water resistant, so you don't really need to worry about water splashing on this or dropping it in water. You don't really need to, except of course if you are going to go swimming with dolphins. Now, to one of the main selling points of these phones, the cameras. So Tecno decided to do a thing. Okay, they said, you know what, let's give you a 50 megapixel main camera with an OIS, an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a massive 50 megapixels selfie camera. So obviously, if you are a selfie fan or if you are somebody that loves taking selfie, you are going to love this phone. And with the AI features, which we are going to talk about later in this video, you are even going to love it more if you are a selfie lover. Also, you can take videos up to 2K resolution even with the selfie camera. How cool is that? And what even makes the camera stand out is the incorporated AI features like the enhanced low light shot, which basically means that even in poor lighting, the AI kicks in to clean up your images or your footages, clean up the noise, boost clarity, and make your photos look very intentional and not like something that you just shot out of the blue. Now, more on the front camera, you will see that Tecno is clearly looking at people who loves to take pictures, or probably, let's say, content creators, because to give you a 50 megapixels front camera is something that most brands don't do, okay? And you can see that many people uses their front camera to take pictures, videos, and all. So Tecno here is clearly aiming at content creators or people who are just selfie lovers. This phone runs on the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate processor, and it is paired with up to 12 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB of storage. So you don't really need to worry about storage if you are using this phone. It's very snappy, it's fast, it opens apps very smooth, and switching in between apps is super great. And of course, one of the most important things that people would ask about this, are you able to play game with this? And the simple answer is yes, you can play games on this, but not a very high-end game. You can play like a Call of Duty or some basic games on this particular phone, but if you are looking at playing like high-end games maybe you may look somewhere else. When it comes to multitasking on this phone, it is super amazing. You can be in TikTok in the next second and switch on to Snap, back to Facebook. You go through all these apps and it runs so smooth. The version that I have in my hands is the 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, and it gets the job done super nice. Now, one of the most interesting parts about this phone, the AI features. Of course, in the growing trend of AI and everybody's incorporating it, Tecno wouldn't just leave it behind. So first off, we have Ella, Tecno's own AI assistant, who is here to help with basic tasks like calling people, setting the alarm, or doing something simple as the things that Siri and Google Assistant would do for you. Also, there is AI eraser. So just assume you take a picture and you have a photo bomber in there, or something just came in the picture, you don't want it. Now you probably don't need a Photoshop expert like maybe myself. You just use Tecno's AI eraser. You circle around the objects that you don't want in the picture, and boom, it just goes away. Very simple like that. Also, there is the AI portrait, which I told you in the camera is that with the selfie camera, this AI comes in to give you a soft, pro-looking pictures that still keep the details as sharp as you took it. So it just comes in to clean up a bit of noises or just touch up the image slightly to make it look better. And then there is the AI call assistant, which cuts out background noise during calls and boosts your voice clarity. Assuming you are at a very noisy place, once you activate this AI and you have a call, it is going to cut out the background noise and give you more clarity so that you can hear the person that you're on the phone with very clearly. And there is something very interesting about this phone. And of course, it has to do with AI. You get a live call summarize and also a real-time call translation. How cool is that? Assuming you are on a phone with somebody in China, you get to translate their language real-time whilst you're on the call. This is incredible. I'm actually putting out a day in my life video where I'm going to really test this, put this to a very close test, and I can't really wait to try this out because it's one of the amazing features that I've seen in this phone so far. So yeah, subscribe so that you don't miss out a day in my life video. And yes, before I forget, there is also the circle to search, which works more like Google Lens, but this is Tecno's own version. So basically, you just circle around anything and then it just searches for you like that. Very simple. Now, how long can this last and what is the battery life like? With this phone, you get a 5200 mAh battery, which means if you're not a very heavy user, you can go a full day with this. Give this phone to my mom and she will use it for like 1 week solid without charging because the battery life is amazing. Even myself as a heavy user, first day I took this phone out, I almost came out with a battery of about 50%, which is very solid. And with a 45 watts fast charger, you can go from 0 to 50% in about 20 minutes. Impressive, right? So even if you are a heavy user and you use your phone throughout the day, once you get to a place and then you plug it in, within 10 to 20 minutes, you should have enough battery to get you moving. So like I stated earlier, Tecno really targeted content creators or people on the move when they were doing this phone. Well, there are a few things that Tecno could have done better, and I actually don't like it on other phones as well, because why would you have like so many apps installed on a phone already when nobody has actually called for it? Of course, you can uninstall them, but I feel like it's quite unnecessary to put something like Phoenix. Like, who uses it, bro? So apart from these apps that are already installed on the phone, so far so good. It works amazing. So the big question, who is this phone made for? I've already mentioned a few of them, but then if you're a content creator who wants like a solid camera or a solid phone that you can use for your content creation without spending too much, this phone is for you. If you're a student or a young professional who is looking for good performance, good battery, and a bit of style, this phone is for you. If you're a mobile photographer or videographer, or if you are that selfie king or queen who kind of live their life in the portrait mode, you should consider getting this phone. And oh, if you are a normal casual gamer who normally plays games on phone, you should also consider getting this phone. So yeah, that's the Tecno Camon 40 Pro in a bit. So far, it's been smart. It's been surprisingly performing very well. Like I stated earlier, I'm putting up a whole day in my live video where I'll be testing, putting this phone to a real day live test to see how it handles the real world stuff. So hit on the subscribe button so that you don't miss this out. Now about the pricing, this is currently selling between 3,500 and 3,999 depending on where you get it. I mean, the emphasis is on where you get it, because for some stores you're going to get this around 3,700, 3,800, 3,999 and so on and so forth. So if you're going to the market, you budget around 3,500 to 3,999 cedis and you get this phone. So what do you think about this phone? Do you think it's worth the price per all the features and the things that I've mentioned in this video? Do you think that if it's within your capacity or if you have the money, you're going to get this phone? Let me know your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, if you have anything, also leave it in the comment section and I'll check it out. Thank you so very much for sticking around to watch this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's Innocent here and bye.